Senator Espaillat, Adriano Espaillat.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you for inviting me to the crab house. But, you know, very often we feel, even with Martin Luther King and our experience with him, very often we feel that those accomplishments were yes for us. You know, we get involved in the us syndrome. When in fact, the Voting Rights Act is an elastic document that, although originally was put forward to protect African Americans across the United States, it's an elastic document that will protect other people in the future. You know, no one thought that the Voting Rights Act will protect Mexicans in East Harlem. No one thought back then that the Voting Rights Act would protect African immigrants in the Bronx. No one thought that the Voting Rights Act would protect Dominicans in Washington Heights. The Voting Rights Act is an elastic document that was set forward to protect people, many people, into the future across the city of New York. And the Voting Rights Act establishes that people in Manhattan and the Bronx, protected boroughs by the Voting Rights Act, are first among equals. Let me tell you again, first among equals. That means that before anyone is taken care of, the issues of those folks in the county of the Bronx and Manhattan must be taken care of first, because of a long history of exclusion and discrimination.
Thank you.
So this time, as we approach redistricting, a process that is characterized by two practices: packing, and packing means that folks will take as many African Americans as they can get and put them in a district so they won't have the ability to elect more than one person. Or cracking, that means that they will split Latinos in two groups so that either group will not have enough votes to elect one candidate.
Right?
So these crackers, right, that are here today, still around, crackers, right, that are here today, cracking districts all over the city of New York, cracking here and cracking there, cracking in the Bronx and cracking in Manhattan to prevent us from moving forward, their day has come. Now, we must be careful, because in the process of seeking justice, electoral justice for all of us, we must not become crackers ourselves. See, we cannot crack the Puerto Rican community. We cannot crack the African American community. The Dominican community should not be cracked either. We may be last on the road, but Martin Luther King fought for us also to be first among equals. First among equals. So we're here today in a very painful exercise where we all are asked to sacrifice, where we all are asked to give up. You know, when the special master, Keith, drew the map, the Harlem map, they increased the Latino population in Charlie Rangel's existing district to 55%. Basically setting the groundwork for 20 years of nuclear political war between two communities that have been traditionally excluded: the Latino community and the African American community. We in Northern Manhattan say, as much as we want to embrace that district because it's a majority Latino district, we know that we cannot move forward at the expense of a community that has been traditionally excluded itself, the African American community. We cannot gain a majority while embracing regression for the African American community in Harlem. So that's why we're here today. we're here today to say that yes, we can have an African American district that joins Charlie Rangel's district with other communities of common interest in the Bronx and Westchester County. And yes, that 30% of the city of New York, which is Latino, and let me say something to you, 50% of the city is foreign born now. This is a fast, changing, and different city. 50%, 1 out of 2 New Yorkers are foreign born.
Right?
And 30% of those New Yorkers are Latino. And out of 13 congressional members that we have, only 2 of them, our brother who has sacrificed as well in the Bronx, Serrano, Jose Serrano.
That's right.
And Nidia Velasquez in this. Out of 13 congressional members with a population of 30% in the city of New York, there's only 2 of us. That is fundamentally unfair. And it goes against what Martin Luther King fought for. It goes against the concept of the Voting Rights Act. It goes against the concept of this coalition.
Right.
So I'm here to pledge support to this coalition, understanding that we are all first among equals.
Right.
And that in the process of building this coalition, we must not become crackers ourselves. Thank you so much.
Right.